Blog Talk Radio.
What time is it?
WH Radio. We are the best in the world at what we do.
Welcome back to WrestlingHeads Radio. It's me, Oscar. Joining me now, I got Tom with me. What's going on, Tom?
What's going on, Oscar? Crazy past couple of days in the wrestling world.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I think Skit's supposed to be joining us, but I think he's having trouble.
I'm right here, gentlemen.
All right.
Right here,
now?
gentlemen.
All right.
Yeah.
Just making sure you're there. You're alive, man.
Welcome back, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
I'm making sure both of you are alive after the weekend you guys had.
Man.
Yeah. Man. It was a crazy weekend, I'll tell you that.
From Friday to fucking Saturday, we actually had a good time watching professional wrestling, which we got a lot to talk about with that, which I'm sure we'll get to.
So I think Skit's having technical difficulties, but yeah, I guess I'll continue on. In the meantime, Raw, I had some news. You could say new SummerSlam matches were announced on Raw, and I'm gonna say to me, I think Raw wasn't great. I don't know about you, Tom. What you think of Raw tonight?
I thought it was okay. It had its moments, and then it had its pretty boring and dull moments. You know, said, it's 3 hours, so it's hard. You know, it's hard watching it each week, but I thought it was an okay episode.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully Skits is back on. He can tell me his thoughts on Raw. Skits, are you back? No, I guess he's having difficulties. Yeah. All right. Well, Raw started off with John Cena coming out, and he basically gave out his thoughts again for his opponent, Brock Lesnar, and I guess he pretty much brought up his history of Brock Lesnar, knowing how Brock Lesnar is, such and such. And then Paul Heyman came out, basically saying the same thing like he said last week. He's gonna conquer John Cena. John Cena's gonna be a victim, and all this stuff. And he just tells Cena, not he asked Cena, but he tells Cena, have you ever been? You can see he asked him, have you ever been victimized? Because the Undertaker's been victimized, and where's he been since? So
Cena's one fucking character. This guy's hilarious, dude. Like the way he just just whipped back on fucking Heyman, just going ape shit. Hold on, you know what? Let me fast forward real quick. Especially when Cesaro came out, when he really went ape shit. When Cesaro said, "You're not a fucking real wrestler. Where'd you get your tennis shoes from Kmart?" Like that's when Cena went ape. Like, come on, dude. Like, calm down. It's like he took it real personal,
Yeah, that's why, it was so evident why they need to put, Cesaro on the mic even more. He's not the best mic worker, but he can have his strong moments if, they give him the opportunity. So, and he was hilarious tonight. I love Cesaro completely just shitting all over Cena. He crapped all over his outfit, he told him that he can't wrestle.
Yeah, definitely. But to me, when they had that match, I think they had another great match.
They did.
It's almost like the repeat like they had a few months ago, and not in a bad way, but it was just so excited to watch these two get it on again, and they're doing some crazy spots again, and I never seen Cena, strike back quickly, like those boots, remember? now there was a spot where those two, bring each other in the faces. I never seen Cena, reply back like that fast before. So I give those two props in this match, especially Cena though. It seems like those guys have great chemistry. Those guys don't wrestle each other that often,
I actually saw a couple tweets out there.
I thought it was a really, really solid matchup. The reversals that they were doing in the match were really good. It kept the match interesting. And we finally saw the return of the Cesaro swing, which I was happy to see.
I was surprised to see, they let the swing go on Cena, and not Cena be Mr. Strong Guy, because we know Cena's Cena. So, but I was surprised they let him do the swing on Cena, on John Cena. But back to what you guys said, like, hell of a match, hell of an opener for Raw. And I saw some tweets that people said they would like to see those two guys feud, and hopefully that actually happens in the future.
Yeah, and I want to go back to the swing real fast. That swing was reported that it was WWE wanted him to stop doing it, which looks like it's not true because he did it, and plus they did it on John Cena. So I don't know. Now it's just proved that rumor was completely false. But anyways, I'm glad they brought it back. He should bring it back. And they're planning to have him become face one of these days. He's got to use his swing.
Yeah, I think, a lot of people, including myself, were disappointed in, Cesaro's reign with Paul Heyman because, right after the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 30, he was, one of the hottest stars in the company at the time, and it just seemed like his momentum was just stopped so soon. But it looks like he's, getting back on track, and I think, eventually he'll be face and he'll be extremely over.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, it looks like I have a feeling as much as I don't want this to happen, I think Cesaro will lose a couple more matches, and then Triple H and the Authority will turn on Cesaro, and then he'll go face. I think he's on the verge of turning face to turn full face.
I think I said that last week. That was going to happen. Like that's why he's trying to align with the Authority some way, put them down, then put Triple H and Stephanie down. And then there's going to a point where they're going to have enough of them. That's what I said last week, and that's how the babyface thing should all start.
Yeah, definitely. But a great opener for Monday Night Raw. But next, which is, I was actually shocked to see these two out super early in Raw was Paige and AJ Lee. So Paige comes down basically to cut the promo, basically saying that she's still AJ's friend. She just did it out of anger because she was a champion first or whatnot. And then AJ comes down and she says, "Be a woman about it. When I don't like somebody, I tell them in their face." And they basically just have a little brawl outside. Which I think, I'm not feeling the whole Paige character right now, but maybe if they could have her back to how she was last week, then I can probably appreciate it more. But I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people were kind of confused on what WWE is doing with Paige right now because she came out this week and said that, she still wanted to be friends with AJ and, all this stuff. And I think what they're doing with Paige right now is they're building her up to be as crazy as AJ. It kind of reminds me, and maybe in a different way, of the whole Mickie James Trish Stratus feud. Because Mickie was a huge, fan of Trish. And then Mickie started getting crazier, and then, she would attack her and then, apologize for doing it. So it kind of reminded me of that in a sense. So I think the direction they're going in is that Paige is just getting like crazier and crazier each week.
I was a little disappointed. I was expecting those two to get it on, like almost like how you can say similar like how Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose were getting it on at the last pay-per-view Battleground when they're gonna go out of control and they can't stand it. That's what I expect. I was expecting maybe AJ come out of nowhere like through the crowd and start attacking her, something like that. But they just, to me, just saw the way it ended up just being stupid. Have Paige just playing, I don't want to say mind games, but playing supposed to have to be still friends.
It's definitely mind games.
Well, you can say mind games, yeah, but I don't know, I was expecting something more than just that, like some kind of more physical action. And then
were
when
you
they got
expecting her to be the anti-diva?
Yeah, but there was some physicality when the physicality happens, and then Paige basically try to run off, So I don't know. I wasn't feeling that. You can pretty much you can say that. But hopefully next week they'll do something better, like something like what
I'm pretty sure that this is gonna carry on to tomorrow main event, because main event has 3 matches, so pretty sure it'll carry on to main event.
I think it's going to get more intense as we get closer to SummerSlam. I would think by the last Raw before SummerSlam, we'll see some sort of huge brawl between them, in some sort of fashion. So I think it's just, just going to have to let the feud play out a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. So, I don't know. One more thing before we start talking about AJ and Paige. Will you idiots please stop chanting that one guy's name, because it's getting fucking annoying. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's AJ Lee and Paige in the ring. I don't see no grown men in the ring. I see beautiful women in the ring. That's fucking very talented. Please get that man's name out your mouth until he fucking gets back on the, get back in the company or something.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sure WWE wants to have those chants stop, but I feel like maybe they think if they keep acknowledging it, that people are going to keep chanting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was just hoping that one week they're chanting it when AJ's out there and AJ just says something to shut them up, like, yeah, I think I know that guy.
Trust me, I have a feeling that AJ is the type of that will say some shit like that. She is mini CM Punk, so let's just keep it real. She is the girl version. She does just about everything that he does, so she kind of studies the guy. So I know it's her husband, so hey, yeah. I don't know if you had a say on that, Oscar, or you want to move on.
The chance, like I said, it's going to be a while. So get used to it, pretty much. You're going to hear the chance next week, the week after. So just get over it. just get used to it.
Yeah, dumbass fans. Let's head up to the next subject. Triple H, Stephanie McMahon promo. I'm gonna let Tom take this one away.
So Triple H and Stephanie come out, and Triple H is kind of yelling at the audience, telling them that they were laughing at Stephanie last week, and how she was a criminal because of a misunderstanding, and Stephanie looks like she's gonna cry, and then we're expecting Brie to come out because Stephanie tells her to come out, and lo and behold, we don't get Brie, but we get Y2J Chris Jericho comes out, and we start seeing some old classic Y2J starting to come out, making fun of Triple H, making fun of Stephanie, and then just as he's about to call her a dirty, bottom-feeding trash bag, and he was about to go old school Y2J. Triple H cut him off, and then from behind, Seth Rollins came and attacked him with the briefcase. What did you guys think of Chris Jericho's promo on Triple H and Stephanie?
I was like, this is awkward. I don't know, for some reason. I don't know. I thought they were going to build up a match that we didn't know about, and I thought that was Triple H versus Chris Jericho. I'm like, hold on. Isn't he in the middle of something with Bray Wyatt? And I'm like, because him and Triple H are really going at it in the middle of that promo. But then when Seth Rollins got involved, I was like, okay, I'm with this main event tonight on Raw, Rollins versus Jericho. But we'll talk about that match in a minute. But yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen, because I didn't expect Jericho to come out, but hey.
Yeah, I already knew when he came out. I knew he was trying to some kind of demand Triple H, like another match with Bray Wyatt or something like that. I kind of expected that, and it had something to do, like, just for old time's sake, make fun of Stephanie, but it didn't work out. Well, you could say he tried to, but then, Triple H stopped it. But, yeah, you can pretty much understand what I just knew. You can say I saw it when Triple H, Chris Jericho was coming out, so not a surprise to me. Yo.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
All right, you guys it's all silent, like, okay.
No, I was just waiting just to see if Skid had anything else to add. I thought it was funny. Set up some good stuff.
Definitely classic Chris Jericho for sure.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to, comment on maybe Stephanie's money makers there, but that's not PG.
Oh, yeah.
I love her titties. I definitely love her titties.
Even though they're fake.
I don't care. I'll suck on them like a baby. But basically, Triple H basically made a match, Rollins versus Jericho. You want to get into that match now, guys?
Yeah, why not?
Might as well. I kind of was busy at the time when the match was going, but I watched it. I think it could be better, to be honest with you, from what I saw. But my thoughts, I think the match could be way better than what it was. Because, it kind of had the Wyatt still involved with it. But,
yeah,
you can, honestly, in the future, I think they can build something with those two in the feud. If Jericho sticks around.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's the only problem if Jericho sticks around. That's the key moment right there. I would like to see an angle between the two, maybe just to pull over Rollins, because that's basically what Chris Jericho's there, just to pull over some guys. But basically, just there just to right now, just basically put over Bray Wyatt. And yeah, I kind of agree with that. I like to see them go at it one down the road. But the match, the thoughts was, I kind of agree. Would have gone better. I didn't like the ending when the Wyatt just came out of nowhere and just attacked them. I think it would have been nice if they kind of cost Jericho the match and have Seth Rollins win, but it just ended up like either a draw or Jericho win by DQ. It's just it was just weird,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you guys. I thought this match could have been better. It was okay for what it was worth. I, kind of anticipated the Wyatts to interfere, but for what it was, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. But tonight, since everybody knows Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho is now booked for SummerSlam, so whoever's going to SummerSlam or is going to watch SummerSlam, be on the lookout for that matchup.
Yes, I will be there. Can't wait.
and I'll be making money watching SummerSlam. Thank you, people. For one. looked like they're about to have 2 tag teams join the Usos and the Wyatts. That's the rumor out there. And by those teams, honestly, it looks like right now it's going to be a Fatal 4 at SummerSlam. This is not confirmed, ladies and gentlemen, but me, by being a long-time wrestling fan, I can see it now, the Usos versus Ryback versus Kofi and Big E versus...
You think so?
Yep.
I could see that happening. Maybe not Kofi and Big E. Maybe Goldust and Stardust.
Nah. Goldust and Stardust are fucking jobbers. Like, they're like really jobbers. Like, they haven't done shit. I haven't seen them in the ring for a while. They're doing like dumbass promos in the back. Nobody cares about them.
They're building them up on promos. You know, they're not really doing anything with them just yet. So I think soon enough, they'll get them in the ring.
I think I kind of hate this word, but I'm using it right now. I think they already dropped the ball at that. They dropped the ball with the whole Stardust thing. He needs to go back to Cody Rhodes and stop bullshitting. This shit is terrible. I'm sorry.
I think it had potential because it showed Cody Rhodes has, character in him. I don't know what's taking them so long to bring him back into the ring, but it's showing that Cody is, has a character and, it's separating him from the rest of the roster. I don't like it as much, but for what they're, for what they've been doing, it's okay. But, he should be going back to Cody Rhodes, whenever. I don't know when or if he's ever going to feud with Goldust. Just got to wait and see what happens with him. Cody Rhodes is still young. I don't even think Cody Rhodes is 30 yet. So I think he still has plenty of opportunities and plenty of time to get back to being a main event guy.
Yeah. We'll see what they do with Cody. But what do you guys think about those 4 teams I said? Because there is a rumor out there about it's not confirmed about 4 teams for the title against and the Usos and the Wyatts, Ryback, and they wouldn't have Big E and Kofi and Xavier out there if they weren't planning to do something with them tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that rumor too that they were gonna have a full 4-team tag team, and Solar looks like that could be that rumored team. I mean, that rumor could be true. So, I think I said it about a few weeks ago that don't be shocked if they do like a 4-way tag team for the tag team titles, and look what's gonna happen. I mean, it looks like it's gonna happen. So, and I don't want to make predictions anything yet, but yeah, it's nothing shocking.
Yeah, we'll see. And I know they're trying to build the IC title. It looks like Ziggler and Miz, but I know Bo Dallas was like around that picture for the IC title, but by the looks of it looks like it's only Miz and Zig. Ohio versus Ohio. Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. And it was another rumor that both Dallas was going to get involved in that feud, but it looked like it didn't happen. But it seems like they want Ziggler to push, so give him an Intercontinental title shot. I don't know if he's going to walk out as champ, but it seems like it's obvious they're going to have a match at SummerSlam some way, so see what happens.
Speaking of Bo Dallas, what the fuck? Let me rant real quick. And I'm not going to have time to do this. I'm going to rant about it. R-Truth people? R-fucking-Truth? Come on, WWE. You got to be fucking kidding me. I've been saying this for weeks on the fucking show. For fucking weeks on the show. Have Bo Dallas keep doing this thing and let my boy Sami Zayn in the street. And you have fuck-ass R-Truth do this shit who nobody gives 2 fucking shits about? Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I would say this is one of the biggest travesties in recent memory in WWE history. I mean, the way that R-Truth just stole that victory from Bo Dallas. You know, he didn't do it fair, and he didn't do it properly. And now the street had to suffer from that. But it's okay, because you know what? Bo Dallas is still going to believe.
Please, WWE, don't waste your time on having this match at SummerSlam. That's all I'm asking.
Maybe. I don't know if they're going to do it. But
I hope not.
I think it was going to, maybe something like this can be, beneficial to Bo Dallas, because it kind of, it was kind of adding to his character. You know, you saw him get angry tonight, and you saw him get a little bit too overconfident. So, we'll just have to see where they take this character from now.
Yeah. Let's see. I know fucking Oscar's happy.
Yeah, but I was shocked that it was R-Truth to end the fucking streak. And it was funny, Nick hasn't even called. Nick was tweeting to me that he's going to call in, and I don't see him on, or nothing on. He's probably listening to me right now. What's up, Nick? Are you going to fucking call or what? You're coming out of your fucking Bo Lee shit. He's probably went to sleep already. But, yeah, I mean, Skip, I agree with you. It should have been someone bigger. It should have been maybe in a pay-per-view that he loses in his streak, but I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, to me, it just feel like today's Raw, like, things should not, there's things that shouldn't have gone that way, so, yeah. But R-Truth, that's crazy.
It's fucking pathetic.
I think we just need to forget it happened and just keep believing.
Nah, I'm good on that. I still say Sami Zayn's still gonna be one of his first, hopefully good feuds.
Yeah.
Bo leave and R-Truth.
Yeah, no. Nobody believes in R-Truth.
It's funny because all these WWE memes are already out, and they have a funny one with Bo Dallas. They have one with R-Truth. His face as fucking Brock Lesnar's face.
What the hell?
Yeah, and Paul Heyman's holding up R-Truth's hand because he broke the streak, and they have like a photo of a Bo like laying down, and you see Michael Cole and like all the commentators giving him a standing ovation.
God damn.
It's hilarious. If I find it, I'll fucking tag you guys. Shit's hilarious. I swear, people do the funniest shit on the internet these days. But how about we take one quick break? We'll be back. Some WH Radio talk, ladies and gentlemen. We got more wrestling talk for you. Be right back.
This is the Bee's Knees, the Cat's Pajamas, and the whole shebang, and the longest reigning Dragon Gate USA Open, the Freedom Gate champion ever, Johnny Gargano, when you are listening to WrestlingHeads Radio.
Four Corners Radio is the home for the best professional wrestling and independent wrestling, discussions and coverage. Billy, Ant, Martin, and Sam bring you three of the best podcasts every week. The Four Corners Raw Roundtable, the Indie Project, and the Saturday Freestyle. Along with the podcast, FourCornersWrestling.com is designed with all wrestling fans in mind. Feature articles, videos, the weekly shows, and much more. Four Corners and WrestlingHeads are teaming up to bring you wrestling's next revolution. Are you ready?
Welcome back to WH Radio. You guys skits here with Oscar and Tom. And, the Raw was not that interesting. It was good, but then it wasn't good. It had its good parts and its bad parts. But,
yeah,
how about
yeah, I mean, So I was gonna say that, yeah, it did have some good parts, like the whole Jack Swagger thing, man. That shit was awesome. I mean, the crowd reaction about U.S. and Zeb Culture doing his little face manager, what we rarely see. You rarely see a face manager go, doing their thing, and it's great to see how Jack Swagger's doing. Maybe this is gonna be the best thing he's done in his whole career, probably.
Speaking of Jack Swagger, that was actually the next thing I was going to get into. You want to take that over?
What, the Jack Swagger thing?
The Jack Swagger Lana promo.
Yeah, I mean, Lana just come out. Well, I was gonna say like Lala just pretty much just came out again, ripping on the U.S. and then Swagger came out. The freaking Zeb Culture just freaking buries him and going and putting America over how great America is, and he just sent Swagger to go after Rusev. They had a little brawl going on, and he looked like he was going to do his finisher. It was called the Accolade, right? And before it looked like usually how he starts off when he steps in and like steps your back, and while he had his foot up, he grabbed Swagger turned around and he grabbed his foot and just changed to an ankle lock, and then Rusev just quickly ran off the ring, and those two guys just waving each other's flags. So that's a SummerSlam match before. Not before, but this is a SummerSlam match that's going to happen for sure, and we'll see possibly a flag match between the two. And you know what? If they're smart, Rusev should have his first loss at SummerSlam against Swagger.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay,
I'm Team Rusev and Lana. I'm sorry.
Hold on, what?
I said I'm Team Rusev and I'm Team Lana, so I gotta go with them. Even though it's America versus Russia, but I just gotta give fucking Lana some fucking credit. Like, she's fucking getting better and better as a annoying heel. She's making the fans hate her more and more. She even brought up Barack Obama and President Bush or ex-President Bush. Like, she went there.
But just imagine Swagger, though. He beats Rusev at one of the biggest pay-per-views. He's going to get a huge pop, trust me. And he might help him out down the road. Like, there's more options you can do with Swagger winning that match. Like
what?
Go feud with Cesaro. Like, he could go feud with Cesaro, maybe, after it's done with Rusev. So if Rusev wins, who are you going to put up against Rusev? Who are you going to put up against Rusev if Rusev wins?
You can put him against Sheamus. You can take the U.S. title. But why do you want to see Swagger and fucking Cesaro again? We saw that already, and that failed.
Well, this will continue on. Look, it feuded because those guys were heels and had RVD involved. If you have those two guys get it on, there's history right there between the two.
I think it's too late. But that's just me. I don't know where Tom's point what Tom thinks, but I think Swagger had his moment. He fucked it up after that WrestleMania. I mean, also once they broke up the Real Americans, that was like that's it for Swag. I mean, this little face push is cool, but I think Rusev needs to go over after he beats Swagger. You need to keep pushing him and Lana. Maybe have him go against Sheamus and take the U.S. title. Those guys, those two right there is definitely on a roll right now. And I think they have to keep pushing those two. What you think, Tom?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they should, of course, have the last match at SummerSlam, have the blow-off match, have Rusev win, and then go after Sheamus. But the problem I'm thinking with going after Sheamus is, Sheamus is already established, big-time talent. Even though he's only United States champion, he's still, considered one of the main guys in that company. So I think maybe you're kind of pushing Rusev up a little bit too much. Maybe if the United States title was on somebody else, I would say that's the direction maybe they're going to go in. But
I don't
you
see
know,
it
could happen. It could happen, but I just think I don't know if WWE would want Sheamus to look not weak, but I don't know if they would want Sheamus to have that type of loss. You know what I mean? Because
I don't know.
I don't think it would hurt. I don't think it would hurt Sheamus, but
yeah, I don't think it would hurt Sheamus because to me, Sheamus kind of fell off the roof. I mean, you look at Del Rio. I mean, he's another one. I mean, he was a former champ, but I know you'll say like he wasn't a top guy, but he was a champ. I mean, fuck it. Sheamus needs to lose too. Fuck it. Let Russo get some W's around this bitch. I'm all the way Russo over here. That's just me.
Yeah. Understand.
I mean, what is he gonna do for Swag? That's all I have to say. I mean, Swagger gets to win. That's cool. But then
I think it's just trying to get Swagger over as a character and get Swagger and Zeb over as faces. Where they go from here, I don't know. I don't know who they would feud with next.
Well,
but
Tom, will you like my direction saying that, see, the Swagger wins, he could go after Cesaro next because that's history right there, you know?
What about Cesaro and the Authority? What about that? Will this end the whole Cesaro Authority thing? That just like
not really, because if Swagger goes over Cesaro, then you're gonna have Triple H get more. You know, he'll get more pissed off at him. Like, you know, then that's how you can have Cesaro continue on his little. You can say a little preview to become a babyface.
I don't know. That's just me. I don't think they need to go back to something that we already saw. A lot of fans will be like, didn't we see this already?
Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe that would be going backwards for Cesaro. You know, Cesaro seems like he's kind of going on an upswing now, and you want to keep him going on that. You don't want to keep him, you know, fluctuating up and down with different feuds. You want to just keep building him. And, you know, I still think they're going to keep building Cesaro up, and then they're going to turn him face, and then I believe we're going to have a Cesaro-Brock Lesnar match.
That's still possible, too. But I just think Cesaro going against Swagger is like...
We say this all the time. We say this all the time with this show, and we say it every week. We just have to wait and see, because with WWE, plans change probably every single week.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Because, yeah. I guess we can agree to disagree.
We just got to wait and see.
We'll wait and see it happens. But, you know what, I think we can all agree that this is turning out to be a great undercard feud. You know, because we haven't been getting too many of those the past couple of years, and I think this is a great way to keep the undercard interesting.
Yeah, definitely a good mid-card feud.
All right, so I think we should not skip over, but kind of just talk really shortly about a couple of the other things, like Damian Sandow versus Adam Rose. Damian Sandow came out as an astronaut and said, you know, Houston, we have a problem. I didn't care for this segment. You know, Adam Rose got the win after like 20 seconds. I didn't care for this. And I also didn't care for the whole Fandango versus Diego match. You know, Diego was accompanied by Layla and Summer Rae. I didn't care for that either. Those were, you know, two of the bad points of Raw.
Yeah. One of our followers, Smartcast, he actually wants to make a comment on something that we talked about right now with the Cesaro Swagger. He said he said he didn't like the first time, so he doesn't want a 2. So.
Well, to me, it just seems like, I know people are saying that it doesn't seems like you don't have to feel it the first time, but you guys got to also remember RVD was in this feud as well, and I don't think a lot of you guys noticed that or remember that.
Yeah, so we remember, but the feud was mainly about Swagger and Cesaro. RVD was just in the middle of it. And what would it do? I mean, still, like, you're talking about.
It just seems like RVD. It just seems like RVD kind of killed it off, but I'm just saying, doing this feud will make up from that.
I mean, but you're talking about pushing Swagger. Then what are they gonna? So what are they gonna do with Cesaro? Are they gonna stop pushing him? Who's gonna go over?
Well, just making him go backwards can, like, I'm telling you, have him lose to Swagger, will piss off Triple H more, and it'll make him towards a babyface feud.
I don't know, dude. I don't know if that's the right way to go. Still don't think. I think he needs to just lose on Raw or SmackDown to the guys that they give him, and then somehow, for some reason, I don't know. I don't want this to happen, but I have a feeling it will happen. And I know my boy Smartcast is listening, and he's going to disagree on this too. I have a feeling once the authority turn on him, they're going to have him feud with Kane.
Oh my God, no! Please don't even mention it.
I don't know why. I just get the feeling, man.
I think we wouldn't see a Cesaro Kane feud. I think if we're gonna see a feud, maybe we would see a Cesaro Kane match. If we were gonna see a feud, it would be Cesaro and Orton.
Well, how about I correct myself? A match.
That makes more sense. I don't know what they're doing with Kane. I don't know what they're doing with Kane because it seems like, they're breaking him away from Randy Orton. I don't know if they're breaking him away from the Authority. I don't know if they're breaking Randy Orton away from the Authority.
Maybe I just said something on my ass there. We'll see what happens, though. We'll definitely see what happens. Just want to let everybody know, PWG 11 preview will be up in an hour, according to PWG Twitter. We'll get to PWG Talk in a bit.
See, I get more excited about, like, the previews and, like, anything, because that's what I look forward to, seeing those previews. Shout out to Super Dragon for getting those up quick. I think Super Dragon still does those. But shout out to him. They get those previews up quick for the most part. I know with Bola's going to take some time to get up.
Oh yeah, that's 3 days straight. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even care. I'm going to watch the previews for those, but I'm going to be ordering all 3 nights probably. Regardless.
That's good too. Yeah. But I'm ready to talk about WWE now.
How about
but before we get to that, let's just go over what happened at the ending of Raw, which set up a new match in SummerSlam.
We're just skipping the Orton Roman Reigns.
No one cares. It's the same thing that's been happening. Okay, look I can sum it up in like 15 seconds. Roman Reigns was coming down for his entrance. Orton attacks him. Orton kept attacking him. He did a DDT off the barricade, did 2 RKOs on the announce table. The second RKO broke the table. I think he botched the first one. Basically beat the shit out of him. And it's the first time Roman Reigns has, been beat to shit since going as a single star.
We'll see what happens from there. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a match at a SummerSlam. So
now going going on to the main event, this was funny stuff.
Go for it.
There wasn't even a main event. But anyways, Stephanie wanted Brie Bella to come out because she wanted her to drop the charges because Brie pressed charge on her for battery in Florida, quote unquote. And then Brie came out and Stephanie pretty much tried to get something out of her, like, okay, what you want for me to drop all these charges, or she could drop all these charges. She said she wants her job back and a match at SummerSlam. Then I guess Stephanie assumed that she wanted a Divas title match or some kind of total Divas type match, but nope. She wants Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie trying to beg her out of it, like, I haven't wrestled for 10 years and blah, blah, blah. I'm a mother now. But Brie doesn't care. If she doesn't get a match with Stephanie at SummerSlam, then she will not drop. If she doesn't get a match against Stephanie at SummerSlam, she will not drop the charges. So then Stephanie gave her what she wanted, got her job back, and a match against her at SummerSlam. And then while Brie was in the apron, Stephanie slapped her, and then she fell off the ring. And then Stephanie was like, at SummerSlam, I'll make you my bitch. And then Stephanie was just mocking the yes chant. Brie got up, jumped on top of her, almost like the Stone Cold Luz Express, slapping her. They're rolling up like a cat fight. And then I was going to tweet this. Hold on. I was going to tweet this, but we are witnessing the new Stooges. Finally, Jamie Noble and Mercury breaking up the fight. And that was pretty much the end of Raw. And and Finlay was there. That's why Finlay's not a stooge. She could beat the shit out of anybody. Well, I was calling them stooge because those three guys remind me of fucking Briscoe and Patterson from the Attitude Era.
I don't think they're stooges. I think they're like in the Attitude Era, like Sergeant Slaughter was the type of guy who would like break up brawls and stuff. Like the older veterans who were the agents would come out and break up the brawls. I think that's what they are. I don't think they're stooges.
Yeah, the Stooges are more of followers.
They're just doing their job and breaking up fights and stuff. And as Raw went off the air, I was laughing because as this was getting broken up and Raw was going off the air, we started hearing Jamie Noble chants. That is, Jamie Noble was more over tonight than I think he was his entire career.
Yep.
No offense to Jamie Noble. Jamie Noble, I think, had a pretty good career, and he's still getting employed by WWE, so he's doing good.
To be honest with you, the best moment from Jamie Noble, I got probably the one when he tried to get at Tori. He won one night with Tori Wilson. That's pretty much the best memory I got from Jamie Noble.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was Raw. That was Raw.
So
it was
right now,
okay episode in my opinion.
So now it's looking like at SummerSlam we got only 3 matches basically are going to be at the event. So you got Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, you got Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella, and you got Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho, and
most likely Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose is going to be added. Most likely AJ and Paige is going to be added.
Swagger versus Russo for the flag match.
Yeah, tag team titles are probably going to be added in whatever they're going to do there. And I'm thinking maybe that's all I can really think of, basically. Maybe something on the pre-show with Fandango. I don't know.
God.
Fuck all that. Pretty sure it's going to be another Naomi versus fucking Cameron match for some reason. But ladies and gentlemen, for those that have been following WrestlingHeads.com and our Facebook, news broke out yesterday. Spike TV is not renewing TNA Impact Wrestling contract. Where do we start at this? I think a lot of folks saw this coming, but I'm hearing a lot of shit from a good close friend of ours. He knows who he is. That Dixie Carter is not in like good terms with certain folks in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole situation, I didn't expect it to break this early because, the whole contract ends with Spike TV in October. And I thought maybe they would wait until maybe August or so to announce something. So to hear it, I think it was a little early. But the whole reason, and it's been reported, multiple sources, Figure 4 Online, it was reported by WrestleZone, that the reason that Spike TV did not renew their contract with Impact is because of one man, and that's Vince Russo, because apparently he was still working for the company, kind of under hush-hush, and when it was leaked just a couple weeks ago that he was still working for the company, Spike TV, I guess, was not too happy about this because apparently they do not like Vince Russo, and hearing this put some unfavorable notions on Impact Wrestling. So
yeah.
I want to.
All I gotta say, I feel bad for
your
some
guys'
of the guys.
opinion on the whole, contract situation and the whole Vince Russo thing.
I just feel bad for some of the guys over there. Guys like Samoa Joe, guys like Davey, Eddie, guys over there that, they're busting their ass over there for TNA. And looks like they're not going to be having no TV time anytime soon. Or it's not until October, so they got a while. They'll still be on TV until October, so I don't know. Maybe some guys will leave after their contracts are over so they can get on TV. Maybe some of them go to Ring of Honor. Maybe some of them will go to WWE. I don't know. We'll see. The game is about to change a little bit. And the question is Ring of Honor going to take that slot in Spike TV? Because to me it seems like Spike TV, they really love, putting wrestling on there because they had WWE before. Now they have TNA. The Ring of Honor make a deal to get a spot, I would love it.
Well, hold on. Before I might quote about Ring of Honor going to Spike TV, I just want to say that my thoughts of TNA, not getting their contract renewed, it's just that if they're not getting a contract renewed doesn't mean they're gonna die. They got at least a few months to get a new contract. At least Spike, you gotta give Spike this though. Spike at least gave TNA a heads up that, hey, we're not gonna renew your contract in October, So at least in the month of July, it's not gonna do it. So to give them time, I'm sure they got some respect for Dixie Carter in some way or form.
Yeah.
But this doesn't mean they're gonna die. So we just cannot celebrate. We cannot just be, think to ahead already, And plus, for all you people that want TNA to die, I mean, come on, I mean, there's people out there that's employed from TNA that has families and shit. So
see, I don't when I see people say that they're happy that TNA is dying, I don't think they mean it in a malicious way, like they're happy that these guys are going to stop getting work. I think they're happy in the sense that they won't have to see and put up with TNA's management bullshit that's been going on for years now. I think that's what I mean. And that's why that's why even, you say TNA's not dead yet, and that is true. They could possibly get another contract, but, the way the management and the upper, positions have been in that company, who would even pick them up?
That's
what
I was thinking,
contract would pick them up?
WWE, they already have Sci-Fi sold up.
They were drawing big numbers still. They were one of Spike TV's biggest numbers.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just that. Look, I know. To me, I just feel like there's got to be another wrestling company out there that's in network television, and if TNA does fold, who else is going to be out there? Ring of Honor is not nationwide, so I can still
Ring of Honor has fucking talent, though. That's another thing.
Yeah, you do have talent. I know.
Ring of Honor can step up, bro. I guarantee you that. They basically
can step
are.
Up, yeah.
Right now, I don't care what nobody says, Ring of Honor is number 2. They're considered number 2 to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Ring of Honor is number 2 because they do have a TV deal. It's not, Spike TV deal, but they're on a good number of markets. They're not on every market, but they're on a good number of markets. And, they just got on pay-per-view, but the one thing I worry about now with Ring of Honor is their iPay-per-views because, Ustream is stopped doing wrestling iPay-per-views for everybody. And Ustream's been good for Ring of Honor. Before that, they've been having iPay-per-view troubles for years. So I'm just hoping that Ring of Honor finds somebody that's good and it's reliable and we don't have to deal with, bullshit problems on the iPay-per-view.
I don't know about the whole iPay-per-view thing. I don't know. I think Ring of Honor is probably going to be done with iPay-per-view. To me, it seems like since they had a lot of success with Best in the World, I think they're going to be on pay-per-view.
Well, that's why I don't think they can be on pay-per-view for every pay-per-view, though. I think right now, they can only be on pay-per-view for the bigger shows, like
Final Battle.
And Final Battle. But when you look at, Before Dishonor and those other, kind of smaller shows, I mean, they're still big shows because they've been going on for years, but they're a little bit smaller. They wouldn't be going on pay-per-view right now, and they would be only available on iPay-per-view. So that just is the only thing that worries me about Ring of Honor.
Yeah, and there's one thing you guys have not even think or talked about. The key to the Ring of Honor moving up is got to be the Sinclair thing. Sinclair, to me, it's like they're just being cheap. They're not. They have the money to have Ring of Honor go be more successful, but they're just being cheap. The Sinclair broadcast
it's kind of similar to the whole TNN ECW deal. TNN was a huge, television company owned by Turner, and they had the money. They had tons of money, but they didn't do anything with ECW, even though ECW was drawing good numbers and a good amount of people onto the program. They weren't doing advertising. They weren't doing anything to help ECW. It was only there to serve as a testing place to see how wrestling would do, and then we would see, Monday Night Raw go on TNN only shortly after.
Yeah, it's funny. Spike TV was TNN, but at least Spike TV is not, they didn't bullshit with TNA like what they did with ECW, which they just pretty much let their contract died out and then bring in Raw, shortly after, and they didn't give ECW a chance. I mean, they're one of the more reasons why they're one of the reasons why that ECW is no longer around today because of that. But at least they're trying to give TNA a chance for survival, if they can hopefully find a new network.
I think it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult for TNA to land.
Yeah, they got time, right?
Well, first of all, say they do even land a new TV deal. it's going to be significantly lower than what they had with Spike TV previously. It's going to be way lower, which means they're going to have less money to pay their talents, which means there's still probably going to be talents that are going to be cut.
Mhm. Well, I can tell you this though. I can tell you, TNA is in thin ice. You can see right now, they're in thin ice. They're like if you watch those old Batman shows when Batman's tied up and says, "Will the Kip Crusader escape from this deadly fall? Stay tuned and find out." That's basically where they're at right now. So
like I said, Oscar, we're only in September. Excuse me. That's it. We're in fucking September. We're in fucking June.
July, dude.
The guys, July. See, I'm fucked up today. All right, we're at the end of fucking July, and their contract is running to October, so they have a lot of time to knock on some doors and try to make some deals. So
yeah,
we'll see. Real quick,
I just want to say, there's one thing I want to. What are you gonna say?
I was going to say real quick, we actually have a caller. Let's just see what this caller has to say about the whole situation with TNA not getting their contract renewed, and do they think TNA will be successful in getting a new deal? 865, you're on WrestlingHeads Radio.
Yo, Smartcast.
What up?
You there? Oh, nothing, man. I've been waiting on my phone to charge. We had some 6 storms last night, so I couldn't charge my phone last night. It was awful, man. We had tornadoes and shit. But oh well. I've heard that California got some lightning, and it says that's really rare for this time of year. So, I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're not here to talk about weather. Sorry. The news came out that actually Spike, the president of Spike, said that the deal is not off the table. They're still negotiating. So they could still get a deal with Spike. It's not over yet. But the real thing is it's about the ratings. I mean, they don't get good ratings. They get 0.8, 0.9. That's awful.
Well, they've been getting, I think they haven't
they've been
had
getting
that
1.1
for a while. They've been getting solid ones up to 1.2s.
Yeah, but that's still not high. Do you know
it's
that
not high when you think about ratings, but if you're talking about Spike TV, they'll take those ratings. They'll take those that million plus audience, especially because when you think of Spike TV nowadays, you think of Bar Rescue, Cop Reruns, and Impact Wrestling, and that's it.
Bellator.
Well, I mean,
Bellator
gets
3.6s. Bellator gets 3.6s every time.
Yeah, because Bellator is more popular too.
Yeah, Bellator is insanely popular, but that's not really the problem. The problem isn't how high the ratings are. The problem is the inconsistency of the ratings. They will get a 0.4, 0.8, 0.6, 1.2, 1.3. It's never consistent. With the WWE, it's always consistent. It's always, in the 3-point range. It's always in there. But with TNA, it bounces, and that's the biggest problem, because any other network's going to look at that man, we don't know if they can get the ratings. We don't know if they can consistently bring it in. Problem. And, even though I say fuck TNA all the time, I do that, I don't want it to die, because I don't want Austin Aries to not be able to feed his kids and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah. I have a question.
Real quick.
I have a question.
Off of something what Tom said. Because he said, Spike TV doesn't like Vince Russo. So back to that, something that I didn't answer on, I don't know how I feel about that, because we all know how Vince Russo is. We see what he was. I really have to say that he was probably part of the reason why WCW died. He's part of the reason. He's
exactly.
But
before I ask you my question, I just want to say that this is reminding me of something. When I went to my first TNA show, Vince Russo was he went outside real fast, and he was looking for. It seemed like he was looking for somebody. And then the crowd waiting in line was chanting, "Fuck you, Rusev! Fuck you! Fuck you, Rusev! Fuck you!" something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were chanting, "Please fire Rusev, please fire." This is back in 2009, so they hated the crowd.
They were chanting "Fire Russo" in TNA in like 2004.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think that these people hate Russo so much that they had to keep it a secret that he was actually working for them from the talent.
And you have to think
that's awful.
Yeah, and a couple of things. I think the reason Spike doesn't like Vince Russo is because of possibly Jeff Jarrett when he left, he possibly told them something, or maybe in the past he's told them something. I don't know who, but I think somebody in that organization told Spike TV about Vince Russo. And, TNA said, well, he's not working for us. He's doing his own thing. And then they find out he's secretly working for him, and they're like, wait, we didn't like this guy. We probably heard bad things about him. We don't want him. And I think, I'm not a Vince Russo apologist. Vince Russo has done a lot of shit, a lot of bad shit in wrestling, and he's no fan of mine. But I think he gets a little too much shit, to say, people are saying that Vince Russo killed TNA. That's a little unfair. Maybe he was a part in it, but, TNA management has been shit for a while now. And I don't mean bad. I mean TNA management has just been plain shit.
Okay, well,
TNA fucked themselves in the pay-per-view business. They have just royally screwed themselves in the pay-per-view business.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about on Twitter, though. Like, on Twitter, all these people, whenever the news broke, they were like, ooh, Vince killed TNA, Vince killed TNA. No, he didn't. Vince had nothing to do with that. Dixie killed TNA. It's just Vince, how can Vince have anything to do with that when Vince doesn't even see TNA as an entity? He doesn't even see that as a company. He sees that as an indie with money. He doesn't even care about TNA. TNA has no bearing on anything WWE does. So I'm like, Vince had nothing to do with that. It was all TNA's management.
Okay, well, let me ask you guys a question. I mean, Smartcast brought up the ratings part a little earlier, and it was not consistent. Do you think maybe because WWE moved NXT to Thursday nights, that's one of the reasons why you don't see this being consistent? Maybe people want to see NXT rather than TNA. I mean, when they do those live shows, who the fuck's going to watch TNA? Everybody's going to watch NXT, the live shows. But do you guys think that's one of the main reasons why the number is consistent, because they probably rather see NXT?
I don't think so at all, because
I don't think
the
so.
ratings. Because I pay attention to ratings, and the ratings don't make any change.
Hold up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because we also have WWE's development. Their shows also pre-taped too. So I don't think it has nothing to do with it. Like, I don't know. Maybe people are not into it like they used to. I mean, you got guys like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels who are not part of that company. Chris Sabin, who they let go. I don't know if once they left, I don't know if they're like fans left, like part of their audience left. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't know.
I was going to bring up AJ Styles and Daniels and Kazarian. They were smart enough to get out of there. I think they knew something was going to happen with that company. I don't know, if they could predict this was going to happen, but they got out of there quickly, and the three of them are doing awesome stuff right now all over. AJ Styles, when he first got released, he was doing his indie tours, and he's still doing it, not as much because he's over there in New Japan as the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. And then you have, Daniels and Kazarian going back to PWG, going back to Ring of Honor, and they're doing their stuff on the indie circuit. And AJ Styles was, quoted to say that he's already made more money this year doing New Japan and Ring of Honor and some indie dates. He's already made more money this year than he would have made all of this all of 2014 with TNA.
Right.
Well, yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you guys, with this whole like TNA talk, I know this shit can go on for like the whole rest of the show. So I'm pretty sure I shoot the shit. We can shoot more on this TNA, on them hoping for them to get a contract soon. But we have some more shit to talk about, and the main thing we've all been talking about on the show for a while is Prince Devitt is officially signed with the WWE now. Today he actually showed up. He made it to Florida, to NXT, and I'm excited. Prince fucking Devitt, he's there. Now part of the roster. I don't know when he's gonna start his. He'll like be on the tapings or whatnot, but he's part of the WWE family.
I think he's gonna debut. I think he's gonna debut pretty soon because he doesn't need a lot of time to train and get used to the style. I think he'll adapt to it so quick, and he's gonna be, I think he's gonna be so over, whether as a heel or as a face.
Yeah,
that NXT crowd is going to go crazy for him.
He's a very pretty man, just like Roman Reigns. He's very pretty, so the ladies are going to love him, and that's just going to boost merchandise sales. But the only difference between him and Roman Reigns is that Devitt can actually go in the ring. Roman Reigns does the same 6 moves over and over again and takes a beating and then comes back like Cena. But Devitt can
I don't know about that.
Flat out 60 minutes.
I don't know why I'm about to take up for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is decent. But real quick, I want to get back on Devitt. I don't think Devitt's going to be going into the WWE. On the main thing they're going to do is have him sell merchandise. He's going to go over there being a major fucking heel. That's what he's going to fucking do and put on fucking great matches. Fuck merchandise right now for him. He's the guy's a fucking natural fucking heel. So I see him working in that company as a natural heel for sure. That's just
I think people are worried. I think understandably what WWE is going to do with Prince Devitt, what they're going to do with his name. Are they going to call him Fergal Devitt? Are they going to change his name completely? Are they going to give him some stupid, drunken Irishman dancing gimmick? But I think WWE knows what they have in him because, this was front page WWE.com. Even during Raw, when I would go on WWE.com, it was still up there. It wasn't off to the side. It was still up there for everybody to see. I think they know that this is a big deal. They said he's a top free agent. And they're making, a big deal about the signing, like they did with Kenta. They're getting it in the minds of people who don't know who Prince Devitt is. Who are saying, "Well, who's this guy, Prince Devitt?" And they're saying, "Oh man, he's a top free agent. He's one of the top wrestlers in the world. I got to check this guy out."
The people that bothered me today on Twitter. I love Prince Devitt. I'm pretty sure everybody on the show has a lot of respect for the guy, but what the fuck? I mean, why all of a sudden I see people making Prince Devitt fan fucking Twitter pages? Like, come on. Is it because you just joined the WWE? How come those weren't made a long time ago? That's just me ranting. Don't mind I just said that. But
no, that dude's been awesome. That dude's been awesome since day one. And, I mean, people see him, and most of the people that I talk to that know who Prince Devitt is, they know him as the guy who painted himself up like Venom. And it's like, dude, you're not going to see that in WWE because Marvel and Disney own Venom. They're not going to do that in the United States. So it's like, but he's going to come in there and blow everyone away with his ability.
Similar to that, I don't think you're going to see characters exactly like that. I think he said on his interview on WWE.com to expect the light up jackets and to expect the body paint. It's coming to WWE. So I don't think it's going to be characters, but I think in big matches, maybe further down in his career, we're going to see him come out in maybe just a black and white mix, maybe do a yin and yang kind of body paint thing, which I think would look cool.
Man,
I
you guys
think
are getting hyped already. Just over here talking about it, Tom. I'm getting hyped, dude. Like, let's fucking
and
go.
if you
Let's
think
do
about
this
it,
shit already.
remember when Rey Mysterio would come out for WrestleMania, and he would come out as like Captain America, but it wasn't exactly Captain America. So it's like, I think the WWE line were to not copyright Marvel.
Yeah. Well, Sting got away with it when he did the Crow. He dressed up exactly like the Crow, and they still let him do it. But Miramax, I think Miramax didn't own the rights to the Crow. I think James O'Barr did. So,
and you know what?
But either way, he did it.
I think that maybe even if they did it once, I don't think Marvel would care too much.
But it's Disney that owns it.
I don't think they
Disney would have a problem
totally flip a lid and demand, $1 million just for a wrestler doing a paint suit.
Yeah, just one.
And who knows? Maybe Marvel
WrestleMania.
Maybe Marvel retweets it or something and be like, "Hey, check out this cool wrestler."
Yeah, just for WrestleMania, just one, man. That would be great.
I mean, I could see him doing WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, or shit like that. So,
yeah.
I mean,
Devitt doesn't need that, I think.
All right.
I think.
Well, I was gonna say that about Devitt is that he's coming to WWE. We all know that, and we don't know what team his name is. Is Fergal Devitt or Prince Devitt, whatever. But my question to all of you is this: I know you guys are saying he should be in the main roster sooner rather than later, but you don't think they will keep him for a year in NXT all because they're gonna have? Hold on, listen. All because they're gonna have. Oh, listen. I know. Hold on a second. All because the network is gonna be internationally next year, so they get more subscribers. The network internationally, they might think like, okay, we keep Kenta and Devitt over here. Maybe we'll get a lot of subscribers from the international wise. So maybe they'll do that.
Maybe in that sense, but I think they're going to build, this is just my opinion, and it could be taken with a grain of salt, but I think what they're going to do with Devitt is he's going to come into NXT and he's going to dominate. He is just going to run over everybody. I think he's going to win the NXT title relatively quickly, and then I think he's going to go into a whole thing. I think he's going to go into a whole thing where he just drops the NXT title and says, you know what, this is not on my level. I'm going to Monday Night Raw, and then we see him debut within a couple weeks or so, and he just comes in and we see him do the double stomp on John Cena or something.
Just look at this. Both these guys in NXT are going over there, and there's still guys that can fucking go in NXT, like Adrian Neville. You got El Generico, a.k.a. Sami Zayn. You got fucking
Whoa! I don't wait. What are you talking about? El Generico. El Generico is in Mexico helping your.
You know what? Speaking of that, I'm actually going to get to that El Generico thing a little later. Because Kevin Steve said something real funny about El Generico, which I want to get into later. But Sami Zayn, I mean, you got Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd can go with these guys. Like I said,
and Gabriel.
I don't know about Gabriel.
Dude, I like Gabriel, dude. I like Gabriel. He can go. He just sucks on the mic. I'm not looking forward to seeing fucking Gabriel go against Prince Devitt or anything like that, or breaking into it. I'm looking for.
This is what I want everybody to think of. Look at the talent that is going to be in the WWE in the next couple of years. You have Cesaro, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Prince Devitt, Kevin Steen, Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, Tyler Breeze, who's been stepping up big time, and I'm just
real quick about Tyler Breeze. I've been on Breeze since day one. Breeze is fucking gorgeous. That's all I have to say. Keep going.
Yeah. And then all those guys are great wrestlers. And then when you talk about characters, you have Enzo Amore and Big Cass. You have the Ascension, who's going to be coming up soon. There is so much talent on this roster right now, and we're not even done. You know,
there
could be
more.
Don't forget
about Willie Mack. Ridiculous. Oh, Willie Mack is coming too. Willie's coming too, and I think Willie could play a nice character too. We haven't seen him do character stuff yet, but I think he's got some character in him. Because
for some reason, I just hope he gets a Hall of Fame career because I want to hear his speech for some reason. It'd be so freaking funny.
Crazy.
I just hope he does have a Hall of Fame career.
Real quick, let's go to another break. I want to thank our boy, Mr. Smarks Kaz. I actually saw your Ring of Honor episode, your first episode. It's actually on YouTube. We want to give everybody your plugs or where they can find you.
Yep, it's on YouTube. Just look up Smartcast because my address is way too long. My email address is smartcast@gmail.com, and I'm thinking about covering that just announced Evan Bourne versus Ricochet match, or Matt Sydal versus Ricochet match, because that is insane sounding.
Real talk, I like that shit, man. Smartcast is, it's not just about WWE, I see you're starting to bring some more shit into your YouTube show, which is pretty sweet.
Well, I want to do PWG, but all truth, man, I've never actually seen PWG outside of YouTube because I'm in Tennessee and we don't get that. So
you need to go to highspots.com. Go to highspots.com and start ordering.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've got one of the DVDs.
Highspots.com or ProWrestlingGorilla.com. Pro Wrestling Gorilla has the DVDs.
Highspots has the DVDs,
or they have MP4s. Download them right to your laptop or whatever. That's what I do.
That's what I want. That's why I was kind of like, I want TNA to kind of step aside. Maybe PWG takes that spot and I get to watch them.
I don't know.
No,
if you listen to
that ain't going to happen.
I will tell you why. I don't want PWG on TV and all that other good stuff. But thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Listen in. Shout out to Smartcast. Good dude. Check this shit out, people. The dude's doing things. Real quick, we'll take one more break, and then we'll actually talk PWG 11, which is fucking sweet. And we'll probably even talk about some AWS Santino's, how this show is fucking amazing. So I want to make my boy Tom laugh real quick, so I'll play this fucking clip real quick.
Howdy, this is the intrepid traveler, Paul London, and I've touched base on your planet. You're listening to WrestlingHeads Radio, and if you decide not to listen to them, I'll fry your brain.
Yo, welcome to WH Radio. Today's show is brought to you by the good people down at WrestlingRambles.com. For the latest in wrestling news, in-depth blog, and hot topic discussion, hit up WrestlingRambles.com. Remember, it's not just any ramble, but a Wrestling Rambles. WrestlingRambles.com. And also special thanks to Ring Rust Radio and FLTDWrestling.com. Thank you for listening.
Yeah! Fucking PWG was awesome. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, this is WH Radio. Hashtag that if you're listening. I'm Skits. That is Oscar and that's Tom. And I think it's about that time that we get into some pro wrestling gorilla talk. Amazing fucking show as always. What can I fucking say? But another great show. Thank you, PWG. We appreciate your hard work. All the gentlemen that were there. Man, real quick before I say that, I just want to say I just seen one of the dopest fucking T-shirts out there right now. Candice LeRae, all bloody, and it says, "I'm tougher than you." Fucking Candice LeRae, I love you, baby. If you're listening. So, I'm gonna
get into something that has to do with Candice LeRae in a little bit, and
all right.
I think you two gentlemen know what I'm talking about.
You want to get in that now? Like, fuck it. Like, just go for it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to get into it right now. I didn't know if you wanted me to or not, but I'll do it real quick. I'll do it as quick as I can. So, of course, I wasn't at PWG 11 because I'm all the way on the other side of the country, but I was keeping up with the updates from you guys and the pictures from you guys and pictures from everybody else. So after the guerrilla warfare match that happened between the World's Cutest Tag Team and the Young Bucks, Candice LeRae was sporting a crimson mask, which if you don't know what that means, it means face was full on blood, whole face covered in blood after what I would presume was a brutal guerrilla warfare match. And so I was looking on Twitter the next day, and I see people mentioning a certain Velvet Sky and Candice LeRae in the same sentence. And I'm like, what's going on there? So I look at Velvet Sky's Twitter, and she goes, "Attention, ladies, please stop carving yourselves up." Now, this just this pissed me off. You could say plain and simple, this pissed me off. Because who the fuck is Velvet Sky to tell women in wrestling what to do?
Fuck Velvet Sky. She's a fucking Barbie.
So,
nobody gives a shit about no fucking Barbie that can't wrestle for shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Velvet Sky.
Velvet Sky, women in wrestling should be caked in makeup and look like a plastic fucking doll, get fake fucking tits, a fake ass, can barely do a solid bump, can barely do a bump. She can barely do like a body slam without almost breaking her neck.
I can name at least 5. I can name at least 5 females, or maybe 7, maybe 8 fucking females in the indie scene that can whoop the dog shit out of her and make her shut her fucking mouth.
And this is the thing.
Number
you know
one.
what Velvet Sky is a sex symbol. And you know what? I get that. She's got the fake tits. Her tits are out. You know, she's shaking her ass.
She can get it.
Her ass.
She can get
you know what? I get that. You know, that happens sometimes in wrestling. But that's what Velvet Sky is. Velvet Sky shouldn't be telling women what and what not to do. Like, shut the fuck up. And you know what? I'll say this with great pride and great honor. I think Candice LeRae is way better looking than Velvet Sky.
She is. She's my wife in my dreams.
I know you guys probably watched the Candice and Joey show on YouTube.
Yeah. I haven't watched it lately, but I see Candice
so
all the time.
You know the whole thing basically. So it's, Candice and Joey going throughout their normal lives, showing people what they do. And it shows Candice in her normal life, not looking like Velvet Sky, caked in makeup, normal looking. And she looks way, way better looking than Velvet Sky could ever look without makeup on. And what? Candice could run and wrestle circles around Velvet Sky with one arm.
And it's funny because
her
she was also taking shots at Veda Scott too. Veda Scott looks better than her, and Veda Scott can whip that ass too. I'm pretty sure. Veda Scott did some crazy shit too in AIW. I wasn't there, but I did see a clip of her fucking diving off a fucking cage. Now, what fucking female does that? What?
I heard great things from that show, and I heard great things from PWG. Both women who are way better looking than Velvet Sky went out, and they showed that they could, hang with any guy in wrestling, that they could do whatever they want. They could kick whoever's asses they want. They could do whatever the fuck they want. And you know what? They could still look good while doing it. And they don't have to be covered in makeup from head to toe or have, their fake tits hanging out.
Hey, we are fucking shooting the shit on Monday, which we should say. It's all good. Fuck it. Fuck Velvet Sky.
That just takes me off to no end. You know what? If it was like
let's talk
Gail
King, Gorilla real quick.
Yeah, if it was, Gail King or maybe Trish Stratus or Lita who said this, you know what? I wouldn't be so pissed off because I would be like, you know what? They went out there and they know, what the wrestling business is about. They're knowledgeable because they were great in the ring and they looked good. So, you know what? I can take them as credible people. But Velvet Sky, no. Yeah. And I saw, this was another thing that made me a little pissed off was that people were, like, agreeing with Velvet Sky. They're like, yeah, you know, Candice didn't need to bleed, and making her bleed is sickening, and what is PWG doing? And I remind people,
you know,
that
I mean, they don't need to kiss Velvet Sky's ass because she's...
Keep going.
No. But,
I was going to say, this is the ending to a year-long storyline between the Bucks and Candice LeRae and Joey, too. You know, this is what great matches are.
I'm actually going to tell everybody how she started bleeding once we get to that match. But let's start off with the first match that opened up Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. It was Rocky Romero versus Tommaso Ciampa. Pretty good matchup. There was some hard hitting and a lot of kicking in it. It was just like one of those normal matches that like gets the fucking crowd like warmed up, basically.
I was going to say, before you move on, for those of us who were not in Reseda last weekend, tell me why it was a little difficult to sit through this show. What was going on inside the Legion Hall that made it uncomfortable to be there?
Because it was hot?
Yeah, I heard it was like 95 degrees and no AC.
It's like a hot that bitch.
I told you, Skids, you should have brought a cooler, but you didn't listen.
Oh, I mean, we'll work on that next time. All I know is it was hot inside. Like the people who were just like standing room and shit. Like I'm pretty sure they were fucking hot as a motherfucker. But yeah, man. Tommaso Ciampa and Rocky, they basically opened up the show. Had a good opener. It was.
And hold on a second. Just a reminder, Rocky Romero did wear our Wrestling Heads pin coming down the ring on his jacket. So yeah.
Yeah, on his fur jacket, you know. We actually gave him a fucking Wrestling Heads pin, and he put it on at AWS, and I guess he left it on, and pretty sweet. I didn't see it, but Oscar saw it, so hey, shout out to Rocky Romero.
Shout out to Rocky Romero.
Next matchup. This matchup right here was I'll say best match of the night in my eyes. Probably my favorite match. ACH versus Cedric Alexander. These guys showed the fuck up. Basically, I'll probably say this is ACH's best match at PWG since he has started working for the company. And, you know, Cedric, you know, since he's made his comeback at PWG, it's probably his best matchup. Both dudes have great chemistry. I love the match. It looked like Cedric was going to win. It looked like ACH was going to win, but ACH came up with the victory. What's your thoughts on that, Oscar?
Yeah, it was a great match. I mean, I enjoyed everything. I mean, I agree with you, Skids. It was ACH's best match since he joined PWG, and he got the win for it. I'm happy for him. He got the win. Cedric was doing great. I mean, this guy, it was just high. It was a really fast-paced match. It was so fast that Cedric didn't even see that lady walking by and actually knocked her down, you know?
Oh, yeah. So, Cedric almost killed a fucking girl. He almost killed this girl that was walking back from the bathroom. And I guess Cedric did this crazy suicide dive, and chick was like, when I sit down, she almost got fucked up. Crazy.
Yeah.
You gotta, just wait till the fucking preview comes out, Tom. You're going to be like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the fucking preview for PWG comes up tonight, so be on the lookout for that on the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla official PWG, their Twitter. Also, PWG, excuse me. Yeah. Also, there was a matchup. The third match was the Best Friends versus the Unbreakable effing Shebangs. That's basically Johnny Gargano and Michael Elgin. I didn't like the match as much as honestly I really wish Brian Cage was there. You know, But
I just feel like that match they took way too long. Like I was like, end this shit already, you know? I mean, it wasn't bad, but I just said it just was too long, you know?
Yeah, fucking Elgin was I'd say Elgin was looking very, very good in the matchup. Him and Gargano basically tried to make the best friends tap at the end. I thought they were going to tap. The fucking ref, I'm not going to say who, it's fucking horrible. I'm sorry. He couldn't even control the fucking match, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And we know who won the match. It was the best friends. So, it was
all I'm saying, for those that need to know, Trent is out injured. I heard he busted his kneecap at the event the next day, Beyond Wrestling, and he might be out of Bola. So, that sucks.
Damn.
Hopefully, I was gonna see. I'm not a doctor, but his knee looks like shit. So,
yeah,
I've
never torn anything in my knee, but I've had my knee swell up just from little things, just from tweaking it or twisting it, and I've had my knee swell up from like a torn cast and stuff, and yeah, that does not look good.
Well, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I see him. He's still standing, so I don't know if that means he can still go to Bola. Bola's just basically a month away, so I don't know if he'd be healed on time. But I don't want to say he's out until I hear he's out. So
yeah, it kind of looks like it. I heard, but let me take this call. We got 909 real quick. 597. Hello, 909. You're on WH Radio. Who's calling?
Yo, it's Brucey.
Bruce? Oh, Bruce? Bruce got a new number or what?
No, it's a house number because the reception sucks.
Okay. Yeah, well, listen in while we give the results. Next match was Trevor Lee versus Kevin Steen.
Yeah, Kevin Steen was doing well. Everybody was pretty much everybody in the building knows he was leaving, so then they're just showing his respect to Steen. They were throwing all these streamers. Fucking
man,
Kevin Steen was swimming on the streamers, and yeah. But the match
it's funny because Kevin Steen was actually swimming in the streamers because it was so many streamers, it's fucking ridiculous. When Trevor Lee came down, Steen was basically fucking destroying on her first. You know how Kevin Steen usually does the power bounce outside the ring onto the mat? He did it like 4 times on each corner because, the fans were like, well, more time. So he was just fucking destroying Trevor Lee. But Trevor Lee did this fucking crazy-ass fucking he basically leaped over the pole and, landed on Steen. All I gotta say, Trevor Lee, that kid is something else. If you don't know who Trevor Lee is, people get familiar. That kid has a lot of fucking talent. The match was definitely good. I'll tell you this, Trevor Lee's one tough guy. And to face Kevin Steen, I'm pretty sure he's earned Kevin Steen's respect. So.
Yeah, it sounds like Trevor Lee went out there and earned the TWG fans' respect. Whether or not they wanted Steen to win or not, if you can't give it up for what Trevor Lee has been doing, then as you guys like to say, fuck you, suck a dick.
One thing that just kind of upset me about the match, the way Kevin lost. I mean, I would have liked it, if it was a different way, but it was a small package. That's
the way that victory sounds is maybe it's like a cheap victory, and maybe Trevor Lee is going to be a big time heel. Maybe Trevor Lee is just going to be gloating about it, for months and months to come. He's going to be like, well, you know what? On Kevin Steen's final match, I beat him. I drove in that at PWG.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
So
that would
really
be nice as for like a story. For like a story, that would be nice for Trevor. Let's see what happens. I mean, I know after Bola they'll probably start shit like that. Like let Bola finish this. Trevor Lee is actually one of my top 5 picks, to win Bola. So.
Well, yeah. To be honest, I just looked into that match. I didn't think it was a cheap win. It's just that look, if you could look back to it, Steen pinned him first, but then Lee reversed it to a pinfall, and then that's how he beat him. So I want to say that was a cheap win. Yeah.
Yeah, I never said that. That was Tom saying that. I mean, once Tom watches the DVD,
I don't know, but I'm trying to
definitely.
I know you didn't say that, but I'm just trying to see. Maybe you can help me out here. That was the way how he won.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Once he watches the DVD, then he'll definitely get what we're saying. Like, oh wow, it finishes like that. But of course, you get the thank you Steen chants afterwards, and then Steen gets the mic and he says, "I tell everybody a secret. I'm really El Generico. I raised the he basically was telling everybody that he's really El Generico or whatnot, and the fans laughed or whatnot, and he mentioned their names, which is his actual kids' names. So that's funny."
Yeah, so I heard, Kevin Steen's going down to help Generico in Mexico.
Yeah.
I hope he does some good work down there with the orphans.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Skid showed me this tweet from Sammy Zayn. They tweeted that there's something special going around, in Reseda, California. So
I don't think he heard you. Because I didn't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
You're going
like
in and out. Like your voice is going like...
He basically, Zane, he tweeted that night, he said somebody in Reseda is very special. Basically, he was talking about Kevin, so I think he deleted it though.
Yeah. I saw the tweet. I think I retweeted that from Sami Zayn. He said he was something was going down in Reseda, and everybody was freaking out. They're like, "Oh my god!" But I don't know how Sami Zayn would know about PWG. I mean, unless like El Generico told him. Like El Generico's like, "Yo, look at that's PWG. I wrestle there," and Sami Zayn's like, "Oh, cool. Maybe I'll wrestle there."
Fucking Tom. Next matchup at 11. This kind of slowed, I would say, the fans down. Fans kind of got quiet here. They weren't really into it as much. Frankie Kazarian versus Brian Kendrick. And honestly, me myself, I wasn't into the match like I thought I would be. Maybe Frankie's better off as in tag team to me, but he definitely got the victory over Brian Kendrick. He basically, got the mic after. Basically said it's good to be back in PWG, and said, it's good working with Brian, somebody that he's known a long time or whatnot. So, look like Frankie's gonna be back in PWG for a while, and he's bringing Christopher Daniels with him, as we all know. So, Bola.
He did have some chants like "Welcome Back" chant, "First World" chant.
Yeah.
Remember that? So, I mean,
there was a "Fuck TNA" chant, and real quick, I just don't know what's going on with your phone right now. I would have called back, bro.
My phone?
Sorry. Yeah.
You sure?
Oh, now you're good. Ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so that's what happened with the whole match with Frankie and Brian. But this is where it gets interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Roderick Strong, Adam Cole, hell of a match. Both Ring of Honor guys in a PWG matchup. Ended up being a one-on-one match because, the situation with Brian Kendrick being hurt. Johnny Gargano took his spot in the tag team match. So those two just put on a good match. And, yeah, Roderick Strong, he definitely did the Orange Crush backbreaker, to get the W. And he's your number one contender for the PWG title. So Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Roderick Strong will be facing Kyle O'Reilly. I don't know when. Maybe after Bola sometime. Because both of those guys, I think, are in Bola. So, but speaking of Kyle O'Reilly, him and Chris Hero. Good match. I loved it. I actually liked that match, but it was pretty long. That's the only thing that bothered me about it. Chris Hero was kind of a heel in that match too.
Remember, he gained some weight too.
I know we were talking about that a couple weeks ago. How we were talking
as much as
Hero
as much as I love Chris Hero. As much as I love Chris Hero, like, he's probably one of the coolest dudes that I talk to usually when I go to the show. He did, and pretty sure he actually admitted it after the promo, because he actually cut a little promo after and basically said, let me get my he said, let me get my big ass out the way. He did gain some weight, so maybe WWE wasn't wrong. For all those people that was bitching and moaning about WWE letting him go, he just get back in shape, hopefully before Bola, and he'll be back at it.
I don't. Like I said, a couple weeks back when I was having that argument, I think with Chris it was.
Which was a great show.
Chris Hero. I know Chris Hero's not, a big gym type of person, and you know what? You don't have to be, but you could stay in shape. There's so many other ways to stay in shape. Go running. It's summertime. Go on a nice run. Go swimming. That burns so much calories. There's so much more you can do to stay in shape. You don't have to go to the gym and lift weights. I'll
tell you this. He can still wrestle his ass off. I don't care how big he is.
Yeah,
that
but,
dude can still go.
It's just, I know you sent me that picture through Twitter, and it's just not a good look for him.
Yeah.
Before Chris
it's funny because I'm like listening to
to WWE, before Chris went to WWE, he wasn't bad looking before he went to WWE and PWG, and when he was with Ring of Honor, he wasn't exactly Mr. Prince Devitt with an 8-pack, but he still looked good. But, I can't tell the guy what to do. Chris Hero still seems like he's a cool guy, nice guy.
Chris Hero is the homie. Talked a lot of basketball. He's a Clippers fan. I'm a fucking Lakers fan, so hey, you know how that is. But yeah, man. After that match, when Kyle O'Reilly defeated Chris Hero actually got the mic. Basically, after that, Roderick Strong came down and attacked Kyle O'Reilly and turned heel. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new heel in PWG finally. So, I don't know where that's going to go, but Roddy is definitely now a heel. And after that, Chris Hero looked like he was going to attack Kyle, too, after Strong left. He basically let him go and said, Kyle, this is the most pain I've been in since blah, 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 and you better go and defend that PWG title like I did, blah, blah, blah. So, but, yeah, man, Kyle O'Reilly's third PWG champ, and so look out for him and Roderick Strong to go at it. It's two great fucking talents. Ring of Honor guys, too. So.
I'm looking forward to whenever that happens.
Yeah. Two ROH guys holding it down in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla also. And the main event, the Young Bucks, my favorite tag team in the fucking world. I got others, so hey. But the Young Bucks going against Candice LeRae and Joey Ryan. Just let me fucking skip real quick to... Fuck it, hold on. Basically, this shit that started with the Bucks entering the ring, and Candice and Joey were basically going to do suicide dives, but I think Nick Jackson and Matt both threw chairs at both of them in the fucking head. shit was wild. All I have to say is the fucking match was nuts. Just into the part when fucking Candace starts bleeding. Basically, you know how they do the little double tombstone? You have fucking Nick Jackson jumping over the ropes, landing. His ass is gonna land on the fucking ground, and Candace's face hits the fucking ground. She gets up, she's bloody as fucking mess. You guys seen the pictures, and she has a new T-shirt already like that. But all I have to say is, wow, what a fucking match. Guerrilla Warfare tag team match. I skipped the whole match. I don't think I sat down. Whoever sat down and watched that match is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I had to stand up on
I
chairs.
heard there was like gummy bears going on. There was a shoe covered in thumbtacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess Joey put, gummy bears in one of the bags that snow. So I guess to fool the Bucks so they could think it's thumbtacks. But when they put it out, it was really gummy bears. You know what I mean? But I think Joey put. I want to say Joey's put that shit out before, the whole gummy bears shit before.
Yeah, he did.
He did 2013 Bola against Drake Younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing you mentioned, I think Matt actually brought in real thumbtacks, and then he fucking Joey Ryan's mouth, and he closed his mouth with the thumbtacks inside, and they both super kicked him while he had the thumbtacks in his mouth. So I was like, shit.
God damn.
And you know what was really fucked up? When Matt changed his shoe, it was like a fucking golf shoe, and he super kicked Joey Ryan in the face with that shit. And you know how a fucking golf shoe is. It's got like the shit in the bottom. That had to fucking hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, good match. That's all I have to say. PWG 11 definitely lived the hype. The fucking preview should be up in a minute. Our boy Mr. Kraft has been quiet. What's going on, Mr. Kraft?
Mr. Kraft.
He's acting. He's asleep over there somewhere. But anyway, Bruce. Anyways, the PWG was awesome, as always. AWS was also the shit. And Santino's. You had Famous D and Eli Everfly kill it. Great match. I'm telling people look out for Eli, even though Famous D won. Eli's still that guy. We got a new Santino's champ, Brian Kendrick. He beat Shaq Cabrera, which I was shocked.
Yeah.
What a crazy-ass women's match. You had LaFesto and Hudson Amy go at it. Hudson Amy got the W, of course. Who else was going at it?
You got your favorite, Allie Parker. She was in a tag match.
Parker.
Mixed tag match, you can say, with BC Killer. They went against Fred Owens and Rafe. And,
you got
BC and Allie won.
Los Bandinos going against Rocky Romero and Cholo. And Rocky Romero turned heel that night. Hell yeah. Fucking loved it. Rocky went heel, dude. All I have to say, yes. Good fucking booking. B-Boy, my boy B-Boy and Chaos, they went to war. It felt like a war. You know, you had all the Santino students coming out with Chaos, and then they all got on the knee and watched the match, which was fucking sweet. B-Boy, he had Cholo in his corner, and Ray Rosas was in Chaos's corner. Crazy match. Hopefully you see Ray Rosas at IWO soon, or maybe in Santino's or somewhere. Hopefully he gets a speedy recovery soon. So, is there any matches I'm missing?
I just want to talk about that.
The ones that actually talkable.
No, guess not.
I think that's it. I want to say that is it. But AWS and PWG did their thing. SoCal Wrestling did their shit this weekend. This fucking show that we went to, at least, I'm pretty sure Championship from Hollywood did their thing. They're taping. I know Ali Parker tried to get us to go, but we couldn't go.
Yeah.
I want to say Santino's had a show Saturday. This past Saturday.
No, they had a some punk rock thing on the same night, PWG. So yeah, it was like wrestling mixed with punk rock shit.
Oh yeah, I remember we were talking to Eli about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Ali as well.
We actually got 3 minutes here left on WH Radio. We might as well give out all of our stuff before we end the show. Follow us on Twitter. We are at WrestlingHeads. We always reply back if it's, something good to talk about. If it's stupid, we won't reply. Facebook.com/WrestlingHeads. We are on YouTube, YouTube.com/WrestlingHeads. If you want to talk to us, you want to work with us, you can always hit us up on our email. That's WrestlingHeads@gmail.com. Shout out to all of the writers that write for us: Kiana, Vicky, Seth Trollins, PW Smart Talk. Shout out to everybody that fucking writes for us. I can't get everybody's name, but if I miss you guys, sorry. Shout out to all y'all. Follow me at WH Skits. You can catch me on there all the time, talking, ranting, or whatever. And I'm also on Facebook too, WH Skits. Instagram, WH Skits. WrestlingHeads.
All right, and then you can follow me at Sinister632 on Twitter, Instagram, Vine. Sorry, I have to apologize. I didn't post no classic match of the week on WrestlingHeads.com due to the fact that Skits was rushing me to get to PWG. And
you damn right.
Yeah, and then check out our YouTube, WrestlingHeads/YouTube. I just put the March 26th episode when we had Ali Parker on YouTube, so check that out. And there you go.
And you can follow me on Twitter at @2tweetme. Gonna get in Google Plus soon, since it seems like everybody is, so might as well jump on that.
Google Plus.
Yeah, I'll be jumping on that soon. I'll be getting on that soon, and then, we'll be doing, the Google Hangouts thing. But other than that, check out these guys. Check them out at WrestlingHeads.com. Check out all the writers. I've been checking out their work. They're doing great stuff over there on WrestlingHeads.com. They're doing good stuff. Hopefully I'm getting on there too, and I could, compete with those guys. And check out our YouTube for past interviews from Skits and Oscar, from everyone from Michael Elgin to B-Boy to Ali Parker, and one half of the new tag team champions, Candice LeRae, a.k.a. Ms. Bloody Murder.
A.k.a. I love her.
I think everyone loves her. Yeah, so that's it for me. Fuck you, Velvet Sky.
Hey, I got one thing to say to Velvet Sky before we leave, if you don't mind.
Fuck you, suck a dick.
Maybe I can pull that out.
Wednesday, people. We out. Peace.